Welcome to A Few Minutes with Jesus. Are you a doubting Thomas? Yesterday I talked about doubting, but Thomas is a great example for each one of us. Because when Jesus appeared to the disciples, Thomas wasn't there. And so Jesus talks to him, he interacts with him, and then Thomas shows up later. And they said, "Guess who was here? Jesus was here. We got to see him." And Thomas said, "I don't believe you." He said, "I don't really think that he was here." He said, "Unless I can put my finger in his nail-pierced hands, and unless I can put my hand in his spear-pierced side, I don't believe it." And it was a week later. Jesus shows up again, and Thomas is there. Now, you don't think Jesus knows the thoughts that go through our mind? You don't think he knows the things that we're thinking? Because Jesus looked at Thomas and he said, "Hey, Thomas, you don't believe I am who I said I am?" He said, "Go ahead." He said, "Put your hand right there. Put your finger right there in my hand." He said, "Oh, my spear-pierced side?" He said, "Go ahead. Put your hand in there if that makes you feel better." He said, "If that'll make you believe," he said, "go ahead and do it." He said, "You believe because you have seen." But he said, "Blessed are those who haven't seen and believe." Scripture says that all the books of the world couldn't contain all the things, all the miracles that Jesus did. But they said, there is enough in this book to remind us, to show us that Jesus was the Messiah, that he was the Son of God, to help us believe that he was who he is, that we will have life. The problem is we don't read the book. The problem is we don't look at all the things that Jesus did to prove who he was, to show who he was. There is enough eyewitness testimony in this book to show exactly who he was. Not only that, but there are Roman historians that recorded some of the things about Jesus, and they weren't even Christians, but yet they said that he was a miraculous person that did miraculous things. They still testified to who Jesus was, and they weren't Christians. So for us, we have plenty to prove exactly who he was. And God said we would be blessed if we just read and believe. Hey, I hope this encouraged you today, and just remember, he loves you, and so do I. Be blessed, my friends.